Thanks for joining us on the Bearcats Sports Network. It's our weekly visit with McKendree football coach Mike Babcock. And Coach, the Bearcats last week headed east to Wheeling, West Virginia for their final non-conference game against Wheeling University. And it's a game where the running game kicked in. The Bearcats a season-high 305 yards. The defense with 4 sacks only allowed 235 yards and a 28-14 victory. Talk about those two facets of your team last week.
Well, I think it started defensively. Our defense, started fast and finished faster. Which is really what you want, from those guys. They played with a lot of confidence. Even when the game, got closer than we would have liked, the defense really kind of stepped up and made it a game. Like you alluded to, 4 sacks. The big number is actually 45 yards on the ground. That's not a lot. So again, I thought they did a tremendous job. Getting off the field, getting the ball back to the offense, and kind of putting the game away when we needed to. Offensively, it was kind of the first time all year that we weren't able to just kind of throw it, the way we wanted to. And my hat's off to Wheeling University, but luckily we were able to run the ball, and I think that's on the back of our O-line, tight ends, and our running backs, Jace Franklin and Jaden Mitchell. I thought they did a nice job, and were able to move those chains, keep the clock running, and found a way to finish the game out.
You touched on it. The O-line was really big last week. 305 yards for McKendree on the ground, 185 for Jace Franklin. But Jaden Mitchell and Turner Poland were able to get room between the tackles to run and pick up key yardage when the Bearcats needed it.
Well, absolutely. I know Turner ended up making a nice, long third down, conversion on his feet. To do it. And then more importantly, too, is actually no sacks in the game. Even though our passing game wasn't where we wanted to be, we didn't give up any sacks, so no minus yardage with that stuff. So, again, I thought that they did a nice job. It was nice to see a different group step up, this game than it was in the last, couple games. And, who knows what it's going to be like this weekend, but, last week was nice.
Speaking of sacks, a season-high 4 for McKendree, all in the first half at Wheeling, and the pressure came from your edges early and often. Mike Smith and Brandon Purnell, your 2 edges, really put pressure on the quarterback all day.
Yeah, they played fast, which is what we've been kind of preaching all year and really kind of stepping up. And I think Coach Augustus has done a nice job with that group of really just playing fast and blue collar, and then it showed on Saturday. They were playing with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of fun, kind of working their moves and finding a way to get to that quarterback with not necessarily always blitzing every play. So again, good job by our D-line to be able to get around that quarterback and get him down.
Even some special teams help on Saturday. 2 field goals to end the first half. 143 yards from Josh Lazaro, his season long, and then Ryan Castle, his first career collegiate field goal attempt, 46 yards, and that one had plenty of distance to spare.
When it was a tie ball game, in the second quarter, where it felt like, anything is possible and we just needed points out of a drive, it was nice that even when the drive gets stalled, right around that, just inside the 30-yard line, that you can still kick a 40-plus yard field goal and still have a chance to get points. And my hat's off to both Josh and Ryan. Those were long field goals, and but again, getting points on the board. Feeling like it was a success. On the drive, and just get some momentum going, especially going into halftime. It's nice to have a 6-point lead than it is to be in a tie ball game. So. Again, good job by Josh and Ryan, and hopefully they can continue it.
More importantly, McKendree jumps back into the win column, get their second victory of the year. The non-conference schedule is behind you now. 5 games remaining in GLVC play, beginning with Saturday's contest at William Jewell College. And this is a team, don't let the record fool you, 1-5. They are a very tough team.
No, absolutely. They've played, last week they played Southwest Baptist, very, very tight. A couple weeks ago they played Lindenwood, an in-conference rival. Very, very tight in the ball game. And so, again, I think this is a good blue-collar type team. I think they're coached hard. I think they do some good things. I really like their quarterback. I think he's a tremendous ball player. Again, it'll be a tough road for us.
Coach, this is traditionally a program that's had very good skilled players, and they've also given the Bearcats fits. Even though McKendree has won all 7 previous meetings, a lot of them have been very close.
Yeah, like you said, a lot have been close, and really my preach, to the guys this week is that it's all about us, and it really doesn't matter who you play. Whether it's a top team, bottom team, medium team, really doesn't matter. It's still are we going to execute? Are we going to do what we're supposed to do? Are we going to, on defense, line up and tackle? On offense, are we going to run, block, throw, catch? Do all those right things. And this week it's going on the road, playing a good opponent at their place. Can we execute at a high level, and can we come away with a win?
The Bearcats in search of their first conference victory. As we said, 5 games in conference to end the season. What is the impetus? What is the fight for the Bearcats right now heading into those final 5 games?
Continue to take it 1-0. Right now is kind of the medium part of the season. So what you would like to see, and this goes for almost any team, is kind of hitting your stride. Like are you able to get kind of those things corrected in the first part of the season? Are you starting to hit your stride? And then playing your best ball at the end of the season. And so, is this a team that can do this? Can McKendree come up big this weekend and continue to get better week in and week out?
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
Don't forget McKendree, William Jewell live on the Bearcat Sports Network, 1 o'clock kickoff. You can listen in, beginning with the pregame show at 12:45 p.m.